Greetings, everyone, and happy 420. Welcome to Intuitive Art Mediums for the 420 Pick a Card Tarot reading. So this tarot reading is tapping into your creativity, reflecting, healing, restoring yourself, and giving you encouragement on your journey. So we have 3 piles to choose from. This is pile 1 with the green adventuring. This is pile 2 with the emerald mica. And this is pile 3 with the yellow jasper. Take your time in choosing your pile. You may be drawn to more than one pile. That's perfectly all right. That's your intuition letting you know that there's a message for you in that pile as well. Please keep in mind that these are general tarot readings, and please only go with the messages that resonate with you. I'll begin with pile 1. There'll be timestamps down below for the other readings, and I'll meet you over at your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you were drawn to the green adventuring, welcome to your reading. We're first going to begin your reading using the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. And there may be some cards that I'll read some of the meanings from, but let's see what we have for you. We have 5 cards for you, and we begin with Oran, with joy and light. Then we have sing. So I feel like that many of you are joyful when you sing or you enjoy singing. Maybe you are in a band or you are a professional singer, or you could just sing because you enjoy that and it fills you with light. Some of you may also write songs. So next we have the Witch Doctor with wisdom. And the Witch Doctor is about getting in touch with your shadow, being friends with your shadow self. So many of you may be creatively working with your shadow to bring that which is unconscious into the conscious, into the light. And there you will understand the wisdom that the Witch Doctor wants to share with you. And it could also be very inspiring for you. Next, we have accountability. Okay, to me, this looks like the Strength card in the tarot deck. And this is about having gentle strength, that you don't have to be fierce, that the lion heart can be gentle. And then we have clarity. This is the card of judgment, balancing. So I feel like that you're balancing your shadow with your light very nicely. This could also indicate any kind of litigation in your favor. But definitely what I see here with the rest of the cards is more of a spiritual balancing and coming into your light. Okay, let's get you a couple cards from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. We have for you the Moon Maiden, New Beginnings, with card 41. So there is a new beginning when you see things more clearly, when you get clarity on your situation and rebalance, come to your balance. Okay, next we have number 25 with Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. Okay, that's with the accountability. And this is telling me that you need time to restore, to rest and renew your energies. And to also check in with yourself, to know, are you being what feels right to you? Are you following your joy and light? And we, of course, need the shadow to help define, to have that contrast, to know where our path is. And our shadow isn't evil. It's not there to harm us. It's there to guide us back onto our path through that contrast. And by following the energy, the vibration that brings you joy, you're going to find clarity in the flow of your music. There's a rhythm to each and every day and night. There's rhythms in the cycles of the seasons. And with this gentle straight, this accountability and the gentle strength, knowing when you need to check in with yourself and rest and renew yourself so that you find this clarity of balance. It's in this rest and renewal that you find your clarity. Excuse me. Okay, let's go deeper into this reading with the tarot. This is a very fascinating reading. I am using the Lightseers Mini Oracle deck. Okay, Spirit wants you to have this one. Yes, focus with the Ace of Swords. Focusing the mind. Okay, then we have the Page of Wands, the Adventurer. We have the Eight of Cups, walking away from that which no longer serves you. The Eight of Wands. I don't read reverse. I mean, I do consider the reverse meaning of wands or the reverse meaning of the cards, but I read intuitively and I bring in all aspects of the card on how they bounce off of each other. And then we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, I do feel like the Seven of Cups because that has to do with your dreams, having daydreams, taking time out to daydream, and that's part of your rest and renewal, and that also gives you that accountability for yourself. Are you being true to yourself, or are you trying to live up to other people's expectations, which I think is the wisdom that the witch doctor wants to share with you and bring you back to a place of your joy and light where you're in the rhythm and you are seeing things very clearly. And you are getting focused. When you focus on that which brings you joy and puts you in the light, that's where you're able to have a very clear channel. And the Page of Wands is like, yes, this is a great adventure. And you need to be careful not to get too many messages at once. That's part of this Eight of Wands in reverse. But this is a lot of messages coming your way. And it could be that these are light downloads, because here we have this light coming into the mind, and the wands are your thoughts and ideas. And it seems to me that things are coming together very nicely with the clarity, and with the singing and music, there has to be a meshing of the sounds for them to sound good together. And I feel like the Eight of Wands is kind of reflective of that orchestra kind of music or rhythm, because then it all comes together for you and you know what you need to leave out or walk away from, because here's your new beginning here with the sunrise and the moon maiden. And you're going off into your daydreams because there you're finding a great deal of inspiration. Okay, below the Eight of Wands, we have the Five of Cups. So I do feel like that you are working through some difficulty, some grief, but you're taking that grief and transforming it into inspiration as you're working through it. Below the Page of Wands, we have the Hermit. This is a solo journey for you. This, to me, is very much like the Witch Doctor. You're going down into the depths of your own shadow. This is like the dark night of the soul, and you discover that you're the light, you're the joy. You're meant to hold yourself accountable for your own joy and light because it is within you. Below the Ace of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups. Here is the healing cup with that realization of who you are. You're this beautiful light vibration. And with the Ace of Cups, this is like the Holy Grail. This is following your joy and light. This is the healing. And it comes together. Now you're channeling. And part of that channeling is healing yourself. Then we have the Ten of Cups. Oh, the joy. Your life becomes overflowing with joy because you plugged into your joy and light. And through the wisdom of being able to walk away from that which no longer serves you, and you have this new beginning over here. You are filled with joy. It's like the grief from this Five of Cups. You've healed that. Now you can walk away from that. And here you're reflecting on it with the rest and renewal. And through the release of that, you're now overflowing with joy with this Ace of Cups. Okay, then we have the Five of Swords. This is part of that dark shadow energy. This could also be people who don't vibrate with your higher vibrations of your joy and light. They're going to walk away. They're going to fall away from you. And that's okay. You know, they're not part of your rhythm. And so I do see that even you might be walking away from situations that are like a bad note in your vibration, in your music. And that has become very clear to you. And so those parts that no longer serve you are going to fall away. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands, fire energy, new inspiration. So I do feel like that out of this Five of Swords energy, you do gain some new inspiration. Okay, let's get you a couple cards from the Kitchen Witches Oracle. Okay, we have for you Catnip with Bond. Okay, this is, to me, a bonding, a positive bonding with your shadow self. Because catnip makes cats happy, makes them a little bit crazy, but I feel like that's part of your creativity, and it almost seems like that you're making a bond with yourself, with your shadow self, because we have this, what seems to me the Strength card, and the Witch Doctor being the Hermit energy. I feel like that you're making a pact with yourself, a bond with yourself, to being true to yourself. Next, we have Eucalyptus with Breathe. New beginnings. It's time to inhale and take a new breath of fresh air. The bottom of the deck, we have Lemon with Bitterness, but as you know, lemon is a disinfectant, and it's also can be made into lemonade. So I feel like that there's some creativity there with that color yellow. There's a cleansing, there's a clarity there. Okay, let's just get you a couple of cards from the Whispering Woods to conclude your reading. Adventure, live wild and free. And that's what I said about this Page of Wands. He's the adventurer. Then we have joy. Here we have joy and light, confirmation. So spread seeds of joy like a wildflower, and no doubt you will revel in the results. Being true to yourself, following your light, your joy, in contrast with the wisdom of the Witch Doctor, which is your friend. Your shadow is your friend. It's not your enemy. And your shadow, when you can utilize the wisdom of the shadow, you become so much stronger. And it seems like that you've had some crazy times that you've had to deal with and get some clarity on it, and hold yourself accountable for your part in that. And now you're ready to, get that rest and renewal. Some of you may need to, you might have like spurts of energy where you get a lot done, but then you just are exhausted and you need to get your rest and renew yourself. So pay attention to that your energy might, be coming in pulses, in spurts. But as you get back into your new flow, there's this new beginning with the new moon. And we do have the pink moon occurring, the full moon, on Tuesday, April 23rd. It's also known as the pink moon. I'll be doing a reading on that. And that is the manifestation. So 2 weeks after that full moon, we'll have the new moon in Taurus. So I'm going to end your reading here. I think that this is a beautiful reading. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, blessed be, my friends. Hello, Pile 2. If you were drawn to the Emerald Mica Obelisk, welcome to your reading. So we're first going to begin with the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck for your 420 reading. And we have Compassion, Gratitude, very nice combination. Then we have Healing. So I feel like that this is going to be bringing you some healing. Then we have Witch with Metaverse. And then we have the Nurturer. Okay, Okay, what this is telling me, this is a beautiful reading. You are doing your meditations. I feel like some of you are seeing results from your meditation. You're being more compassionate with yourself. You're practicing gratitude, which is changing you, changing your vibration, because with this metaverse, this is the cauldron of transformation, just as with the Temperance card, because this looks very much like the Temperance card to me. It is bringing yourself into balance. It's almost what's within is without, you know, it's what's outside of you. So this is your healing within, and then it's healing your environment. And by you practicing this compassion and gratitude, you're also nurturing yourself, nurturing your projects. And I feel like that through this practice, you've been clearing out a great deal that you realize just it's not part of who you are anymore. It's not your vibration anymore. You're coming back to your truer self. You're remembering who you are. With the metaverse, I feel like that there are quantum leaps between timelines, and there's a great deal of healing going on in those timelines. It's like you've found the single thread that has attached all these other things that need to be healed, all these fear-based energies. For example, it could be the thread of frustration or anger, but quite often we experience frustration before we start experiencing things like anger and disappointment, and even disappointment with yourself. So I'm going to use that thread of frustration as this example, and you're tugging on that thread, and it's pulling out all these clogged up energies through your timelines. And that's how I'm seeing it, is like this thread that you're pulling up out of this drain, out of your hara line that connects all of your chakras, and you're just pulling up out of your crown chakra this energy thread that's just has all that negative energy attached to it, all that fear-based energy attached to it. And it's clearing your timelines, it's clearing your chakras, it's healing you, and it is putting you in a state of mind of compassion for yourself, which will make it easier to have compassion for others, because what's inside your cauldron, what's inside you, is what's being healed. And by healing what's inside you, you are like feeling all this gratitude. You have all these reasons to be grateful for each moment, and you're really nurturing that. You're being very present in your moment. Okay, let's get you a couple cards from the Shaman's Dream. Okay, the Woodwives, adaptability with number 64. I feel like that goes with the nurturing, because in your adaptability, there's healing. You're nurturing your ability to adapt to the changes that you're experiencing here in the metaverse. Then we have a Dragon's Hoard with protecting the future with number 12. So I feel like that, that's still a little bit of fear-based energy there, feeling the need to protect the future. Maybe there's something that you're experiencing in your present that you're clearing out, that is some kind of fear where you feel like in this change you need to have protected space to move to. And that could be true for some of you, because this is a general tarot reading, so please only go with the messages that feel right to you. At the bottom of the deck we have number 8 with Crown Games, right use of power. And the right use of power, there's nothing wrong with protecting yourself, protecting your future. Protecting the future could also be, look at all this gold. This could be you protecting your finances for the future. Having a dragon's egg, a dragon's nest egg. And I got to show you this underneath the Crown Games. We have overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. And that could be also part of what's going on with your metaverse, with your witch's cauldron. Is your cauldron overflowing? Do you feel overwhelmed? And look, here we're pouring out the water. Here we're adding something to the potion, which makes me think of Sabrina the witch, when she's in that contest and she spoils the contents of the cauldron and she has to drink it, and it of course makes you sick for a little while, but it's a purging, it's a cleansing, which can also be very healing. And it could be that you're purging and cleansing the doubts and fears that you've had in the past, feeling like that you couldn't create a nest egg, protecting your future, having something to retire on, could be something that some of you are experiencing. Okay, let's get into the tarot here and go a little bit deeper into this reading. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups. Okay, the dreaming, the compassion. There's a lot of things that you want to do. Is there a specific order that would be more beneficial to do those things? It's like when you want to undertake a task, you're inspired. Okay, I really want to do this. And you're in that flow. And then it's like, oh, I have to do all this preparatory work, which could be part of that healing, preparing yourself for the future and the right use of your power, because the right use of your power would be going through compassion and gratitude. Okay, then we have the Ace of Cups, healing. We have the Ace of Swords, that is focusing the mind. And then we have the 8 of Wands. A lot of messages coming your way, a lot of opportunities coming your way. It seems like that's what you're calling. You're focusing your mind on opportunities to come your way. And that could nurture your business, so that you have that dragon's egg. And then we have the 5 of Cups. That is also part of your healing, part of the grief, part of that metaverse. And I kind of explained that with you pulling that energy thread of frustration out from your crown chakra. And as it goes through your chakras, it's pulling out the clogs in those energy centers through the different timelines, because your body was holding on to those traumas from different timelines. but they're held in your body now. And by pulling that energetic thread out, clearing those energy clogs, you can then have this energy to heal. Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles below the Eight of Wands. I feel like here you're attracting the right people to build a business. The Lovers, some of you could be focusing on, love, finding the right partner, and it could be somebody that is part of your dream team here, part of your business. Then we have the King of Swords, fair and balanced, things are equal. Somebody who has high standards and can balance the energies. Is this something that I want in my new world? With the Ace of Cups, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Doing what you love. If you're going to be doing it a lot, working on, this can also be different projects, bringing different interests together in doing something that you really love doing. And you have people who are part of that, who want to be part of that. And then we have the King of Pentacles, which is Taurus energy, below the Five of Cups. So for some of you, it could be the King of Pentacles is causing you some grief because they can be very slow to move. We also do have Jupiter conjunct Uranus in Taurus on April 20th. So I feel like for some of you, that could be part of your experience on 4/20. But see how this fear-based energy is getting cleared out. You're recognizing it. You're able to let go of this grief and find stability. And there's stability here at the end of that tunnel for you. So it's very positive, but it can also be frustrating. Some of you could have a Taurus in your life that causes you a great deal of frustration because of their stubbornness in helping you, or you helping them. And this can go both ways too. You're helping them with something and they're helping you with something. Okay, let's get you a couple Kitchen Witches cards. Okay, we have time, courage. I really like this, compassion, gratitude, and courage. Nurture your courage, nurture your healing. And with time, you have the time to nurture yourself. Next, we have eucalyptus with breathe. Okay, that's part of your meditation here. I feel like some of you have been practicing, to heal yourself in your meditations, to clear certain things that are going on in your life. And maybe you need to just breathe through these frustrating moments and come back to your clarity where you have the courage to deal with it in the correct way. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have milk thistle with intrusion. So I feel like that, again, for the example, frustration is the intrusive emotion. For you, it could be another emotion that's being intrusive. It could be anger. It could be fear or doubt that is being intrusive. And it could be a combination of those things as well. Know that milk thistle is used to detox the liver. And the liver is the master organ because it cleans out everything and transmutes it, transforms it into something that the body can get rid of, like with this Five of Cups, or use it as in the nurturing. Okay, let's just get you a couple more cards from the Whispering Woods. But you're being adaptable here, which is going to ease the frustration. When you're able to be flexible, it's going to make it easier to let go of that frustration. Okay, we have the idle hours. Take some time out to lie on the emerald grass. And here we have time and courage. So have the courage to relax. Maybe some of you feel like that you just don't have the time to relax. It's important for you to do that. And even if you're taking that time out for your meditation, relaxing is very important for meditation. And maybe sitting out in the emerald grass and really grounding your energies, it will help clear out and make these changes with the Witch's Metaverse. Then we have learn. Yeah, you're learning a lot. Take a lesson from the owls. Deeply observe the night, and you'll become a little wiser in the day. Okay, for those of you who are experiencing some insomnia, use those idle hours in the wee hours of the night and maybe be productive. You know, write your thoughts down, do your meditations then. And then I like what's on the bottom of the deck, light. Look to the space between the trees for answers, you know, in the idle hours of the grass. Take a lesson from the owls. They're at nighttime, and deeply observe the night. And then you'll see the light in the light of day. Okay, pile 2, okay. Sorry, I got to show you this card. I saw this, and it just feels so perfect for this reading with Transform. Emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. So I feel like that some of you have been hiding away, healing, and now it's time for you to journey out into the light. You've been going through some deep healing, and now it's time to adapt and start nurturing yourself back out into the world. Okay, now I'm going to end your reading, pile 2. I hope that you enjoyed it. May you have a happy 420. And until next time, blessed be, my friends. Hello, pile 3. If you were drawn to the yellow jasper, welcome to your reading. We're going to begin your reading using the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck in celebration of 420. So let's see what we have here for you. We begin with the Equalizer and the Higher Self. Protection. So I feel like that there is your higher self is protecting you. Your guides are protecting you. Next, we have Seduction. Okay, I do want to mention that we have occurring on 420 the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus, and we have 2 bulls here because I'm seeing bull horns here, and there's a bull here, and I feel like that there's some stubborn energy because Taurus is a fixed sign, even though this card, which looks like the Devil card to me, is ruled by Scorpio, the underworld. We still have the goat energy there, and we have the bull here, so the horned beast. And it looks like that this person here is taking the bull by the horn. So to me, this is saying, you know, guiding, you know, that stubborn energy. And it looks like lightning bolts here, which would be that Uranus energy, that there's creating some sudden shifts, some sudden changes here. But you seem to be protected. Your higher self seems to be protecting you from a situation that is enticing, that is seductive to you, that is tempting you. Okay, we have alignment. Okay, aligning with your higher self, aligning with protection. And then we have solo magic with creation solo. Okay, so this could also mean using sexual energy, which could be like glamour, feeling good, feeling sexy, and that's in alignment with your magic. You know, so we have magic here, and we have solo magic over here. And there's protection, there's your higher self. And I feel like that you are bringing together, using your primal urges, your primal energies of what it is that you want, that makes you feel good in life, that you want to create, that you want to manifest. But it seems like that you're also being careful to do this in the correct way, because here we have alignment, protection, higher self. Here we have seduction and solo magic. So I feel like that you are aligning your energies to protect yourself so that you don't fall into the seduction, the temptation that is out of alignment, because old habits, and you know, this could also have something to do with, you know, like addictions to behaviors. It doesn't have to be substances. It can be a behavior that your mind keeps going to. And you want to focus here on yourself, what it is that you want, your higher self. So I feel like that you are kind of plugging into your higher self through this primal energy and aligning yourself to your higher self in a protected way, to where these, I feel like you're trying to change negative behavioral patterns so that you can flow and align more with your higher self. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And some things, in order to achieve this, you're going to have to do it on your own, because you know what it is that you're trying to create. You know what you're trying to transform into. You already know your higher self. You're just in the process of aligning with it so that you can create, because there's creation here. Okay, let's get you a couple cards from the Shaman's Dream here. The Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. Okay, I do feel like that is what you're trying to create. Is maybe some of you are getting ready to retire, and you want to have something that you can rely on when you're protecting your future. Okay, next we have number 31, in the hand. The universe is your partner. And look, we have two hands. They're both right hands. So it's like the universe is giving you this golden heart love energy, and you're just aligning with it. You're partnering up. You're on the verge of manifesting that which you desire. Wow, this is really exciting. At the bottom of the deck, we have empty well, time to replenish. Okay, and I feel like that's part of this seduction card here is replacing, because it's much easier to replace a bad habit with a good habit. So instead of, going into that negative behavioral pattern, that addictive behavior, you do something else that is rewarding. Maybe you go paint, maybe you go take a walk in nature, maybe you meditate and you empty the mind, the empty well. It's time to replenish and replenish your energies. Maybe that with the seduction card, because you did go and was tempted by negative behavior, and now you have to replenish that energy that was taken from you. Because with the Devil card here, it is a card of enslavement, of control. And I feel like that you are trying to regain self-control, because we have this alignment with your higher self. We have you plugging into your magic, aligning with your magic, because we have two magical cards here. And you're creating something. You're creating something that's going to protect your future. We have protection here too. So protecting your future is very much on your mind, pile 3. Let's go deeper into this reading with the tarot. I am using the Light Seers mini tarot deck. Okay, Spirit has given you these two cards. So we have the Knight of Wands, being at the right place at the right time. We have the Queen of Cups. This is your psychic abilities. This is also ruled by Scorpio energy, same as the Devil card. So I feel like that there is, and this isn't evil. It's just like a bad habit, and you are changing that. You're aligning yourself with your higher self. Okay, we have the High Priestess. I do like seeing that, especially with the Queen of Cups, because both of these cards are highly intuitive women, very psychic. So I understand even more why the magic is showing up in this reading. Many of you are practitioners of magic. Some of you may even be the High Priestess. To me, the High Priestess is like the librarian, and I would be surprised if some of you have your, occult library of mysteries, studying the mysteries. Okay, then we have the Queen of Wands. Very, very nice. I see this as she doesn't have all the answers. She just is, she's generally ruled by Leo energy, and she walks in and she's in a scene. All the world's a stage, and sometimes you may not know what role to play in the scene, and other times you do know what role you're playing in the scene. It's time to claim your identity and claim your role in your life. Okay, then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Very nice. Things are shifting. The universe is your partner. Something is about ready. It's on the verge of manifesting for you. Below the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Page of Wands. Let it be an adventure. Next, we have the Nine of Wands. Protection. Protection. Protecting your future. And the High Priestess. Maybe you're studying different ways of protecting yourself. Maybe some of you feel like you're getting drained by energy vampires, which could also be this seduction card. Somebody who just drains your energy, and yet they're very covert about it. But you just know that when you with that person, when you end the conversation or go home, you just feel exhausted. And now you are being told to set up some boundaries, some psychic protection. Here we have the Four of Swords. Yeah, spending some time meditating, reflecting, getting in touch with your higher self. And the Magician, I love seeing this with the High Priestess showing up. And this is below the Queen of Cups. And in many ways, she is like the Magician. She's very psychically in tune. Some of you might be practitioners of magic. And there are many kinds of magic to dabble in. The High Priestess is the keeper of all those different kinds of magic. Like I said, she's like the librarian. You want to study about angel magic, she'll take you to the angel section. You want to learn about fairies or gnomes or elementals, she'll take you to that section. You want to learn about Wicca or Druidism or any of the Hermetic kind of magics. There's even ancient Egyptian magic, Greek magic. There is a plethora of magics throughout cultures and time. And I feel like that you're meant to follow your interests, because that's going to guide you to your success. Below the Queen of Wands, we have the Seven of Cups, the dreamer. You're dreaming your world into reality. Seven of Cups is the daydreamer. The Queen of Wands right now is kind of daydreaming, and that in itself can be a kind of seduction, getting caught up in your daydreams. You know, being in your own mind. Okay, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Cups, contentment. And I think we're going to take that because I feel like this whole reading is finding that which makes you feel content and balanced. And again, you are on the verge of manifesting something that you have been desiring. This card can also represent that desire that's controlled so much of your energy and time because you've been wanting to manifest it, and it's about to pay off for you. Let's get you a couple cards from the Witch's Kitchen. See what she has brewing for you. To help guide you in this magical manifestation. Some of you might even be recreating yourself, and in a much more powerful way. It's like you're taking the bull by the horns, which could also be taking self-control, control over that which has been taking up so much of your mind energy. and using that energy to manifest something. So we have Witch Hazel with sensitivity. I love seeing Witch Hazel showing up here with the High Priestess and the Magician, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. You are very sensitive, and you are meant to pay close attention to those vibrations. The Queen of Cups, Queen of Water, she's very sensitive to what the message is on each ripple of water that comes to her. Then we have Mustard with faith. Have faith, because it is on its way for you. Okay, let's just get a couple cards from the Whispering Woods. You guys feel it coming and you're really excited about it. Just stay aligned. Your future is going to be protected. Music. There is a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods, if only we listen. Messages from your higher self. It's coming to, you might hear your messages through songs on the radio, or just as you're, sometimes when you're walking in town, places will have music playing out into the street or the sidewalk, and that'll have a message for you as well. So it'll be a synchronistic kind of encounter of alignment. Magical music. Okay, next we have Journey. Branch out into new worlds. And who are you going to be in those new worlds? The bottom of the deck we have learn, because you're learning who you want to be, who you're going to be in the future. Take a lesson from the owls, deeply observe the night, and you'll become a little wiser in the day. And look, we have renew. Nature continuously renews itself year after year. So I feel like that when you do feel exhausted, you can renew your energy. And this just seems perfect to the path. Wander on the path less traveled. What you find might surprise you. The adventure, we have the Page of Wands here. And I feel like that you are renewing your path of faith. You've learned how to realign yourself. You've already known how to do that. It's just somewhere you needed that confirmation from that messages that you can trust. That was on the bottom of the deck. I just think we have to take it. And the robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. And then after that, we have dance. Since we have music up there, you might as well be dancing to your own music. Allow yourself some fun each day, just as the sun dances with the moon each night. Learn to dance, because that energy is going to help renew you and renew your trust on your new path that you're journeying on to. Because you're branching out into new worlds. And you're listening to the music. You're letting the music guide you. We let the music tell us how to feel. The music kind of gives us, when you're watching a movie or show, the music helps guide the emotions, what you're about ready to experience. And that's part of your magic. Okay, I'm going to end your reading here, pile 3. Very interesting, very exciting, new changes coming your way. You're opening up to your magic. You are much more powerful than you know. You are very much protected from people, situations that want to rob you of your energy from aligning to your creations, or just shifting your mood enough to where you're out of alignment, but you're going to be achieving. The universe has received your message. It's just waiting for you to align with it. Okay, until next time, blessed be, my friends.